Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So recently I've noticed myself feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and usually when that happens, one thing that helps me a lot is to simplify my life. Usually when there's overwhelm or resistance for me, there's something that I'm not willing to let go of. And sometimes allowing myself to let go of little things in my life and tweak certain things enables me to let go of bigger things as well, and just open a door for that change and that process to happen. And so recently I've asked myself, in which areas am I feeling overwhelmed? And for me, some of them that came up is cooking food while I'm on a work day. That makes me feel overwhelmed. Choosing an outfit can be a little bit overwhelming at times. My work schedule doesn't feel really simple right now. I want it to be more simple. My routine, how can I make my routine more simple? Do I want my routine to be more simple? So there was like a few areas that came up, and maybe for you those will be other areas. So I think that it doesn't really matter. You can apply this concept and the system to anything. Maybe even just one area where you're feeling like, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed in that area. What's happening? What's actually happening? And then coming up with a system or a solution with how you can make that area of your life more simple, so that your interaction with it is also a lot more simple. And so in this video I want to share with you my journey of trying to simplify my life in one day in some of the areas where I've noticed some resistance recently, and let's see where that goes. In the morning, I really like to have some sort of mind-body practice, whether it's meditation, breathing exercises, or both. And I realized that I'm much more likely to meditate or do breath work while I'm still in bed than after I've gotten dressed. Another reason why I chose to do that is because my body and mind are able to relax so much deeper than if I was sitting up. I find that sitting up is great for focus, and laying down is better for like body relaxation and body awareness. And this is what I'm working on right now. Of course, if you have tendency to fall back asleep, I would not recommend this tip. And don't worry at all if you can't do a full lotus pose. You can still meditate, you can still do breath work, and you can adapt it according to what your body feels best in. And there's no right or wrong, just make sure your spine is straight, and you can do that laying down or sitting on a pillow or sitting on a chair. You do you. But for me, I love breathing and meditating in bed. So when I wake up, I just grab my phone. I either use the Open app or I use Undo. So I've been practicing on both, and I put my phone aside and put my feet and legs at 90 degrees so my back is straight, and I just do my practice. And then as soon as I'm done with my practice, I get out of bed and get on with my rest of my routine. I find that having a very simple start into that routine, which for me is the meditation in bed, the breath work in bed, really kickstarts my day, and in a gentle but also in a very intentional way. The next way I want to simplify my life right now is with breakfast. In the past few years, I have loved eating different kinds of breakfast and not always eating the same thing. But during the week, sometimes it can be a bit like time consuming to take a decision and then prep and get into a different kind of routine with my breakfast. And I've gone years with eating the same thing every day, and right now I would say I have like a few that I rotate from, and that's also really nice if you want to add variety in your life and in your day-to-day while at the same time keeping a routine. Yeah, if you want to go the route of eating the same thing every morning, that's totally fine. But right now I'm in a phase where I don't necessarily want to eat the same thing every morning. And so I have come up with different ideas. So the main ones that I do is a smoothie, which you can't really prep for. Just make sure you have all the ingredients. Or you can prep them and put them in the fridge. I personally like smoothies to do them fresh. So it does require a little bit of prep, but it's very quick and barely no like dishes. But one thing that I've been doing lately that's very quick is oats or overnight oats. And what I realized is that I was like every day do my like own mix, you know, and like put the oats and the little seeds that I like to have in it. And instead of like making that mix ahead of time or putting it in the fridge the night before. So this is what I'm going to do right now, because this is something I've been wanting to simplify and I haven't done yet. So I want to do it together with you and I'll show you how I'm doing it. Okay, so I've got this jar of oats and there's definitely like I'd say 3 breakfasts more in here. So I'm going to put all the other seeds that I like to have in it. Right now I like to have flax seeds, so I'm going to put some of that, some chia seeds, raisins, goji berries. Then I also like to have cinnamon, and then I add other seeds, but I like to add them like after the soaking process so they don't soak. Nuts, so I get a crunch, and I'm just going to shake this. Voila, this is done and I'm gonna make breakfast now. I thought this video would not be honest and authentic if I didn't share one area of my life where I'm struggling to simplify right now and what compromise I have found in order to still simplify. And that is books. I have been through so many like different phases lately, and I guess my curiosity is exploding in all directions, which is beautiful. Let's face it, like that's great. It's better to be curious and excited about so many things than not excited about anything at all. However, it's led me to pick up books and start them and never finish them, or just like kind of never be fully immersed in one long enough to finish it. And so what I'm trying to do right now is to just choose one at a time. But right now I'm just in a place in my life where I don't want to choose just one. It's like I don't want to choose just one breakfast. I want to have different possibilities. So what I've been doing is to keep like a few, maybe like 2, max 3, and the rest I put aside and then I pick it up when I want to read it. And it's okay to also never finish books. Just putting it out there. If you're pushing yourself through a book that you're actually not enjoying and finding, you know, joy and excitement in reading, that's your sign to leave it aside. Or maybe even leave it aside for a while and then maybe you'll want to pick it up at another time. But one way also that you could do to like simplify finishing a book, if you want to finish a book and you're struggle finding time in your day. Like for me, I read my book while I eat, or you can read a book while you're on the toilet, or you can read a book while you're on the train. And eventually making that habit in a way that fits your life in a very simple way. And for me, for example, I want to not be on screens at night before I go to bed. And so reading is a great practice, and it's actually a great incentive for me to be like, okay, it's 8 p.m., turn off your phone, take your book, sit down and read until you go to sleep. And I get so much reading done then. and I feel very relaxed. I'm able to focus because I did all the things that I wanted to do during the day, and now it's the time just for myself to learn and be curious. And that's amazing. So, moral of the story, allow yourself to shift. If you don't want to read a book that you started, you can put it aside and continue it another time. But then really focus on the ones that you're finding joy in right now and finish it. For me, like, that is what helps me keep things simple and keep the momentum and the excitement in the reading, as opposed to like this chore. Because let's be real, if you're not enjoying what you're reading, it's gonna feel like a chore. And the next thing that I want to do today to simplify my life is remove anything that's seasonal that you're not gonna use in the season that you're in right now or that you're headed into. So for me, for example, I'm in Switzerland right now, so we're transitioning from winter to spring, and although I'm still keeping a few like more warm things because it's definitely not like warm these days, there are definitely a few things that are like full on like winter snow days that I don't need in my space anymore, and I don't want them to clutter my space or just take space in my home for the next like 6 to 8 months before I get to use them again. So because I won't need them, and if I do, it will be maybe only one time and I can just go pick them up. So if you have a garage or a cellar, those are great places to just store away like winter things, or if you have like a side closet where you can put all of your winter things or your seasonal things in, and then when the season change, like switch, so that what's like easy to grab and accessible at all time is what you're actually going to be using at this point in your life or in the year. Okay, so my plan is to go through my closet, maybe get rid of a few things, put aside for, you know, either donation or selling, and then what I know I want to keep for next season I'll put away, and then the rest I'll keep in my closet. And also go through my summer things, and if there is anything in my summer things that I'm like, okay, I haven't worn this so much in the last summer, do I see myself wearing it this summer? And if the answer is no, then also get rid of these things. So simplifying is about organizing, decluttering, and then maybe making a list of like new things you want to add that you don't have and that you want or need. I've liberated one drawer already. That's pretty awesome. Okay, let's go through my bags. I made this. This is what's here. I'm gonna try t-shirts on, because I've got too many t-shirts. This is very cute. Okay, this is done. All of these things are really like very wintry. These are things that I'm going to sell or donate, so I need to figure it out. This is my PJ. This I'm gonna donate, gift. Okay, I've got a winter jacket. I've got some more wool coats, but because it's still cold in the morning, I'm not gonna pack them away just yet, but there will be space in here when I choose to do so. There, put a scarf, gloves. This is making so much space available. This is awesome. The next area that I want to simplify my life is work. I've come up with a very simple system that I'm going to show you now. How I've been doing it lately is that I time block things. I know that the morning are for myself, for my workout, getting ready, meditating, and then in terms of my work, I've really organized it in a way where I have specific days for specific tasks. So I know that Monday are all about like planning videos, uploading videos, getting the thumbnails ready, uploading, sending to the sponsors if there is one for approval. And also Monday at 3 p.m. is the day that I connect with my manager. And then on Tuesday is my shooting day. So that's the day I'll shoot either 1 or 2 of the videos that were planned on the Monday. And then I'll upload all those shots on the drive for the editor to have access to, along with all the notes. And then I have a call also sometimes with June, who's one of my team worker. So afternoons are more like for calls. And then Wednesday, it's my emails, errands, admin, invoicing day. And in the afternoon, I have space and time to create content for TikTok, Reels, Instagram. And on Thursday, it's a podcast and writing day. And then on Friday, the morning is for everything like home errands, groceries, cleaning, doing like personal admin. And then I've got also extra space in the Friday afternoon and also in the afternoons during the week to move things around if I need to add something. If I want to like plan a new project, then there's extra space as well. This is like one way that I'm doing it, and you can either do it by week or by month, and that just makes a lot less like decision making. I know what I'm doing, I know what time is for what, and I can get really focused on each task individually and block similar tasks all together. Thank you to Squarespace for working with me on this video. Squarespace has been one of the ways in which I have simplified in my work life. As my business started to grow, I realized that there were certain areas of my work where I wasn't necessarily qualified or didn't have the resources to create the website that I actually wanted without help from anyone. And I'm someone who has always believed I need to do everything on my own and can't ask for help. And this has, like, my business has been my biggest growth in like really actually forcing me in a very loving way to start asking for help. And Squarespace has been where I've been helped in creating my website. Squarespace makes that process a lot easier with offering you lots of different professional, beautiful looking templates that you can pick from depending on what kind of website you want to create. Squarespace also allowed me to link any social media platforms to my website so that you guys can find me anywhere. And this is a tool that you can also use on your personal website. If you want to create your own website and get a free trial at Squarespace, you can go to the link squarespace.com/Chloe. And that link will also offer you a 10% off your order of a domain and a website. This is a great offer. Please use this link if you ever use Squarespace. This supports not only your business but also my channel, and I'm extremely grateful for all of you who've been using this link before and therefore supporting my channel. And thank you again to Squarespace for working with me on this video and simplifying the process of creating my own website. Alright, so I'm done for today. I'm saying I'm done for today because there's a lot more that I want to simplify. I hope this video brought some wisdom and some tools to you that you'll be able to apply in certain areas of your life where you want to simplify things. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Thank you for being here.